Let's talk about the Algo IQ program. These are prop firm systems that you can utilize, manual, discretionary, or automated, for trading a wide range of predominantly futures prop. I do have a few using the systems in an interesting way for FX prop that can be done. So let's talk about a range of topics. I'm going to show you a bunch of my payouts from Take Profit Trader, some accounts progression, and I'm going to get into setups. We had the big, beautiful move yesterday, another big, beautiful move overnight, and today, some wondrous trading. And going to cover a bunch of setups and how you can utilize these systems to go in and get a daily profit objective on your various prop accounts. So let's dive in and let's get this video rolling. So we have our fantastic AIQ super bands, the 7th version of super bands that I've ever built. Had a big push and excursion outside of that in this area price last night. I was long a bit, but then I was short side. So basically, I think I've had maybe an hour of sleep. I worked that all night long, figuring we were going to get some sort of spillover back into the prior range. Then this morning, we came down to a key level that I'll point out right as we're outside the bands, got a W pattern and a big, beautiful bounce. That was another, what I thought was an A+ setup. I did like this lift and rotation, got some lower pivot highs with mom signals. So we'll get into that. First, though, let me go show you how I'm working my TPT accounts. These are a range of new accounts that I'm working on and have been building up till I get to a new set, or get to a set of 5 on these. So let's go take a look at that. So this is one of my pro accounts. Basically, what's happening in this account happens in some other accounts almost to the T using Trade Copier. This was end of results as of yesterday. I ended the day at 155,519. Today I'm up like 900-ish above that. So I had available yesterday 1,019 for withdrawal. So let's go look at the progression of this account. This one is a fairly new pro account, and I'm marching up to get a total of 5 under this particular sign up. So let's go take a look at this account first, the pro, and how I've been doing since it went live. So came out of the gates pretty strong. Of course, this is balance is affected by withdrawals, but once you kind of get over the initial pad, I don't let a lot of money build up beyond the pad in these accounts. I sweep it out frequently, at least in the beginning phase, and probably next week I'll work on transitioning this one to a Pro Plus. So I usually trade it for about 2 weeks at Pro, and then I'll transition it to a Pro Plus. So let's go look at each day's activity. So here's each day as I'm working on getting the risk management pad. Eventually, July 13th into the 14th, I surpassed the 154.5 amount. So I was basically eligible to start doing withdrawals from July 14th on. So anyhow, let's go to the next, from the 16th on. So, pretty decent. Some days, I think this is the day, it was a really scrubby day. I was in and out of signals, and finally I'm just like, okay, I'm done. And I trade dynamically a lot. I don't trade static positions. I try to build inventory around a position and see if I can get it to run. And this day it was like, I think I got in 7 or 8 positions, and none of them ran. They all just like move a little bit and then stall out, move a little bit. But in the end, even though I was cycling a lot of inventory that day and was trading my butt off, because I was expecting this one move and it just never happened. And I was kind of surprised. So anyhow, that's a losing day, but on other days, much more efficient trading. That was just a really a day where the market just couldn't get out of a period or this range that it was in for the period of time that I was trading it. And we're up to 29th, and from last night into today, I think I did a little over 900. Yeah, so 937. There was another account that I'm adding that passed today. So I'll show you that one real quick, the progression on it. That one I just kind of traded it soft and methodically. I got a third one that I just started. I'll start working this hot and heavy next week. So I'll have two on this particular sign up. Tomorrow going forward, I'll have two pros that'll be trading live. And I'll probably fire up a fourth account tomorrow, progress those a little bit, and then probably Monday or Tuesday, add the fifths for 5 total on this particular sign up. So far I've been doing 1200, 800, 560, 800, 560, 1200, 680. I have a pending withdrawal for 800, so 1,000 plus was made, and my cut after the 80-20 split will be 800. I'm up another 900 and change, so I'll do a withdrawal in the morning. That'll be, I don't know, around 760-ish, so there'll be two more all tied to that pro account. Now let's go look at that account that I just passed. That's an eval account. Tomorrow it will be trading as an additional pro account. So this one I just kind of traded it methodically, somewhat in alignment with what I was doing in my pro account. This is eval account. It was at 158,677. I did the 300-ish and change today to put it over 159. So, I'm done. I'm now over the 9,000 threshold, and I'm well over 5 days. Usually I'm done in about 7 to 9 days, but I've had a lot of distractions. Had a water line break in my house, and it flooded 1/3 of the home. Sunday, that's been a mess. And I had relatives over that came unannounced, or earlier than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting them till Sunday, and they suddenly showed up early with about 2 hours notice. And but anyhow, so yeah, I've had my hands full. Had a programmer off on vacation, then he extended it. I thought he was going to be back online on the 26th. He's back online now. So now I'm kind of getting back and spooling everything up. But let's go look at the progression of this account real quick. So this one, I think I only had one losing day, maybe $600-700. I think that was it. I had one day I lost data feed, and it actually wasn't the feed issue. I had a really odd internet outage situation, so I had to reposition and get on internet, and I just flattened upside down on the day. It was too late in the day. I'm like, I'm not trading anymore. I'm done. But all in all, I just like methodically go after very small daily gain, knowing that, eventually I'll get the account passed on this set of 5 accounts. I got 3 in play now, and by Tuesday next week I'll have the other 2 in play. So getting into maybe the second week of August, I'll have all 5 done, all pro. So I have 2 pro now, 1 new one that is the one that I showed you I've been doing payouts from. Working on a third one, and then I'll put account number 4 and 5 in play probably by Tuesday next week. Okay, let's scroll down and look at each day's profits. So this one officially kicked off on the 8th of July. So, 800, 600. Some days I don't like the market. Some days I had distractions, didn't trade, or at least didn't want to focus on this account, just wanted to stay on other stuff. And that was that day. Let's go since then from the 16th or 17th going forward. Yeah, that's right. That's the 16th. I don't even think I traded my pro account that day. I was having some outage issues on this account. So yeah, I had the 796 minus, but then kind of bounced back the next day, got me kind of back to where I was, and then work from there and have continued. And then today, we're at 158,677. I had to do 300 and change, and that's completed. So that's account is well over 159, and it will now be converted at no charge over to a pro account in the overnight. And I'll have 2 pro accounts then for these particular group of 5 setups on one tax ID that I'm working on. 2 pros now, 1 eval, and then by Tuesday I'll have 2 more evals going. So that, probably by the middle to end part of the second week of August, or, probably the end of the second week of August, I'll have all 5 as pros all paying out. So, so what are the setups that I'm working on these? And basically, that's what I want to cover right now. And real quick, before I dive into the setups, I got tilt trader work moving along well. Probably would have already been done by now, but I've been completely out of the loop dealing with 1/3 of my house getting flooded. Fortunately, nothing really got damaged, no furniture or anything. I was able to get to the water valve, cut it off after some of my relatives had discovered there was water flowing into the house. And then I went to the house and dealt with it. So I had water flow for about 17 minutes before I cut off the water valve, and really odd area where a line broke. So anyhow, those things happen, and the work is already progressing. I should be everything back to normal in my place by Monday for the 1/3, kind of the middle section of the house, just like laundry room, a hallway from house into the garage. Little bit of water in the kitchen, little bit. We have a very large dining room area that goes out to a patio area, sliding glass door, a little bit of water there, but nothing. I protected all the furniture and not much carpeting got wet. It was mostly all tile flooring, so I really lucked out there. So I do have the tilt trader that's I'm going to be hitting it hot and heavy with the programmer today, tomorrow, and into the weekend. I'm hoping I have a rough draft in my hand by Saturday that I can play around with. If I like it, my intention would be to deploy it to the current Algo IQ group Monday late, maybe, or Tuesday early at the latest. So that's coming along. It's working out well. We'll have it in. Actually, I'll have it in NT8 and Quant Tower. Got some other smaller items in works. I missed having a meeting, a wrap-up work meeting with the guy doing my tick blaze work. I've scheduled that for today, just because the day I was supposed to have it, I was right in the midst of dealing with the water line break. So I'll get that done today because I want to get a specific launch plan put in place with initial group of about 7 to 8 videos, launch videos, just to show people how to load stuff, how to set it up, how to build up charts, and then I can layer on top of it from there. So yeah, actually, let me move this over here. I see the screen is off a little bit. There we go. So what I'm doing for setups, it's really easy. I'm pretty much working mom signals. So let's take a look at, for instance, yesterday. We had the Fed day. The market was a bit choppy, which is not surprising. We had the Fed, interest rate news. Then we had the Fed meeting. I shouldn't say meeting, but the actual press conference. So I liked this M pattern and then a signal. You can see the market had just been chopping an upward trend. I wasn't touching that garbage. I like that little M pattern rollover. I worked that short, took some liquidity out, added a little bit on this one, and then that baby just whooshed. So that was a really easy day for me. I love this setup here, even though I didn't work it. I was watching it. See how you have a big W pattern and then lift. So if you didn't take that signal, I sure in heck hope you took the W pattern here with the higher pivot low out of a double bottom W pattern. So we had some really nice pattern setups yesterday. So I look for patterns, I look for key levels tests, and then I get in and attack. And we had all kinds of support in through here yesterday that the markets came down and challenged. So basically, I see a big W pattern and I see lift and a mom signal. That's something I'm willing to engage. And you can see it, W pattern, lift, could have engaged there. If you had a stop down anywhere near most recent price pivot, you would have still been in the trade. This is the setup that I really liked. You have a big W pattern, so you know the market's now based out a bit. It's lifted, and now it's making a higher pivot low, and I have a secondary sequential W pattern. That to me is a screaming long setup. Like it literally, you could hear the voices screaming out of your computer to buy. I'm kidding, of course. And a little bit of a decent lift. We came down a bit later. Now, this is way late in the day. You know there's going to be some big earnings hitting. We had another W pattern and lift. That's just way too late in the day for me to be playing. I'm usually done early. But if you wanted to be long, getting into earnings, well, wow, did the earnings ever rip Microsoft and who else was it? It was Microsoft and Meta. So, and that thing just blew up and ran all night long. That thing was getting juiced by institutionals all night long. I was watching it. I did take some shots at the market right here because we took out the prior all-time high. So we got a mom signal, and as soon as I get a counter mom, I let go. So I didn't make any money on that trade. I lost a little bit. The W pattern and lift, I didn't touch that. I really didn't want to be long as the market's pressing all-time new highs in the evening or later part of the day. I really didn't get a mom signal to the short side until we made the EU markets were trading. We were at our all-time highs. So I did engage to the short side a bit there, and then coming into the market opening, got another mom signal. So just because the market's way over yesterday's closing price, was juiced all night long. I could tell there was institutional flow to the long side. They were by design pushing this thing up. Why do they do that? They do it so when the market opens, they get a big fat gap up. And what do? They can cash out stocks into a huge gap up open after earnings news and after such a predominant swing from where we were out of Fed selling off to where we were, in the overnight session, EU session going forward. So for me, I put on a little liquidity there just in case it kept pushing. It didn't. And this one I put on my normal size. So that was a pretty 1-2, get the money and get done quick on the day type of operation. We did lift and that stalled out. And then we had some sequential mom signals to the downside. Now, what I will say, this was a really good area to be a buyer. Look at what we did. We sold off exactly for those of you that were trading late in the day, we basically sold off right to the 3 p.m. U.S. Central Time markets trade area to the T, so you could say yesterday's close. And what did we do off that? We did a W pattern and a buy signal, mom signal. So we came right to that level. So that's a level that I'll pay attention to, yesterday's close, especially after how far we sold off. Yesterday's close, we get a W pattern and we get a mom signal. So I like that to be a buyer. I think that's a very strong setup. I love when the market has a big sell-off leg, we get a bounce, and then we get sell signals to see if we'll come down and test that prior pivot. And we got some sequential sell signals. This would be right near it, so that's not the one I'm interested in, but I like this scrubbiness here. Market wasn't able to trade higher, and then it gave me a mom signal to the downside. I like that. It's kind of a bounce after an initial significant move, knowing we have some levels down below, and especially we have yesterday's closing price that we're still well above. So there's some distance that the market could go, and boy, it did it. It came all the way down right to yesterday's closing price. So anyhow, some good action there, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trading levels tests, level sweeps, W pattern longs, M pattern shorts, and I just wait for the mom signal and then I engage. And yeah, from here on up, that was all new highs we made from the prior highs. And you can see we get new highs, all-time highs, level sweep, we get a slap down. Make all-time new highs, level sweep, slap down. make all-time new highs. That pullback wasn't enough for me to consider it. Make all-time new highs, signal, and rotate. All-time new highs, signal, rotate, and so on. All-time new highs, we had a signal, but then I got a counter, so I bailed. That would be, as soon as I get short and I get a counter mom signal, just let go of it and wait for a new signal. Or wait for a new, maybe it goes up and stalls and gives you an M pattern and then a rollover. You can hit that. So literally, after the evening session reopen, waiting to be short, you got a short signal here, you got another short signal there. If you don't want to be buying with the market well into new all-time highs range on the futures, just follow the signals. Get into your trades. Stop never more than most recent price pivot. See what the market will give you. You get 1-to-1, get your stop to break even plus. Another signal. Get into your trade. Stop at most recent price pivot, never more. And that one happened to run. Get lift after that big down move. We roll over, chopped a bit. No sign of buyers. Get a mom signal, get short. Stop never more than most recent price pivot nears the signal. Market starts crawling lower and off she goes. And you get to 1-to-1, stop to break even plus, and you got a free trade on. See what happens. Last but not least, let's cover that W pattern. W pattern with lift. Wait for the mom signal, get in your trade. Stop never more than most recent price pivot. We get 1-to-1, stop moves to break even plus, and you get about 2-to-1 out of it before it stalls out. And you are getting into the, kind of the later part of the day. Not that, you have to be done trading, but I just, there's some meat on the bones on that bounce to work with. So there you have it. If you have any questions, info@gridalgo.com. Algo IQ program. Wanted to give you an update. Wanted to go over some TPT payouts. I've had a lot of questions on that because I always kind of say I like TPT the best just because you can literally withdraw money out of the account every single day. So there you have it. If you have any additional questions, let me know. Great talking to you. And if you have any questions, you can go to the gridalgo.com website. We have all the access information for Quant Tower tools, for the Tick Blaze stuff that's coming online, and for NinjaTrader 8, we have the tools in NinjaTrader 8 also. So there you have it. I have some big additional tools, videos I'm going to put up on new stuff. And I have a big update on our fully automated strategy that the programmer has now given me that I'm going to do some videos on and put it out to our group. I'm trying to really get our fully automated mom signal strategy all dialed in. We've been talking to Quant Tower. We gave them code to build a really precise, unique custom Renko. So I'm going to get involved with them in the wee hours of the morning because they were in Cyprus, but I see all their address now is back to Ukraine. But anyhow, I'm going to try to talk to them directly and push the ball over the goal line to get this custom bar done that will be part of their platform that anybody can use. But we want it to take our mom automated strategy that I provided to the group and kind of take it to the most precise level we can for instantaneous and accurate precision-based execution on the automated orders. Okay, have a fantastic day and watch for more announcements and more videos. There's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to be talking about. Some stuff new and some stuff that's been getting worked on for a long time that's getting wrapped up. And it's going to be a lot of deployment announcements and new tools displays and announcements Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Talk to y'all later. Info@gridalgo.com for any questions.